And we are live. Welcome everybody to the Maverix Lifestyles Rogue Hangout. It's Alesha Drew here and John Paul Argentino beside me. And we've got Chris Brindamore and Shini Yap Chan taking a little gulp there with us today. And yeah, we're excited today. Our topic today is why a blogging platform is crucial for getting traffic to your offers. So, you know, if you're new here today, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. We'd love to hear your feedback, and we want to thank everybody that comes out and joins us every week. We've got some awesome stuff to share with you today. Some of you out there already have a blogging platform, and you're probably already a part of our community. There may be some of you out there that are not a part of our community. You might be part of a different opportunity, and you're wondering why you're hearing all this talk about why a blog would be great for you and your business. And there's some of you out there that might also be business owners, and you're looking for ways to get more traffic to your offers. So we're going to chat with everybody about that today, and by the end of the Hangout, you'll understand just how powerful a blog is and why you need it for whatever it is that you have to offer. So I'm actually going to play a little slide share with you guys today. I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully this will work. Hide the porn. All right, now let me see. No, there's not. You guys have to
see you guys. Now I see it.
All right, now we're good. Here we go. Well, now I've. Oh.
You done what you did.
I did something.
You blew up the internet. You just blew up the internet.
Where is it gone?
It's down at the bottom there.
Oh.
No, the other bottom. There you go.
Okay, can you guys still see my screen?
I see a black screen.
Okay.
Is that... I'm sure there should be some writing, right?
Yeah, there should be some writing.
Oh, there it is. Yay!
Now you can see it?
No, we don't.
Nope, not anymore.
Oh, no.
You just had it. There you go.
Just leave it like that.
Back.
Okay, now you can see it?
Yeah, I think if you go to presentation mode, it goes away.
Oh,
So
okay, that's what's...
We have to leave it on this.
Okay, that's what's going on.
Yeah. There's a trick to make that work, but I forget what it is.
That's what I did before. And see? Okay. Okay, can you see it now?
Yep.
Fire away.
All right, we're just going to leave it like this. Yeah, I'm not sure of that little trick. We'll have to discover that later. All right, so why a blogging platform is crucial for getting traffic to your offers. Okay, I'm going to have to click here because I'm not in presentation mode. So whether you're building a blog for profits or non-profits, blogging is a powerful tool used in creating content of value for your target market.
What does that mean?
So for people out there that don't understand, may have not even heard the word blog or have absolutely no idea what that actually means, you'll definitely understand by the end of this Hangout, and as we go through this presentation, you'll start to realize that you've probably been looking at blogs on the internet and not even realize that they're actually blogs. And I'll move to the next slide so we can discover this. So did you actually know that the New York Times and the Huffington Post sites are actually blogs? They're actually WordPress blogs. And I know that a lot of people out there will be thinking, I had absolutely no idea. And the reason for that is there's this huge misconception that you need to have a website and spend thousands of dollars and have a web designer develop it for you. And it's simply not the case. All you actually need is a blog, okay? There's not very much difference between looking at a website and looking at a blog. A lot of people wouldn't be able to know the difference when they actually looked at it. But a blog is really all that you need. You don't have to go out there and build your own website and pay people to do it for you and spend, I know people that have spent hundreds and thousands of dollars to do that. And that's okay if you want to, but if you're looking to actually brand yourself and your products and services, or you're looking to join an opportunity where you can actually write about your passion and cash in on your passion through a blog, this is exactly what you need.
Yeah, I think you're right too. What she said there too, how there's so many people out there that think like, well, what is blogging? You know, that's like what the hell do you mean by a blog? Well, blog was actually short for a web log. So years ago, there used to be the old, what was called BBS systems, like at the beginning of the internet. It was all bulletin board systems. It was kind of like the original Facebook of like way back in nerd times. So like way back is when it started happening. I mean like 95, 96, way back then. And I don't way back. That sounds like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't. And it's just short for weblog, is all that it is. And like she said before, how it's just a website. It really is, and it's really hard to distinguish between a website and a blog, because they're really one and the same. Most of the time it's still a website. You're still providing content on it, and you're still providing posts on it too. So it's just a way to update it, and it's really almost a synonym anymore in today's language.
Yep. Yeah, it really is. I actually didn't know that blog was short for weblog. I didn't know that till just a short while ago. I thought that was really interesting. So the aim of a blog is to solve a problem that your specific niche has. That's what you're aiming to do here with a blog. And I want everybody to understand this, especially those that have no idea what a blog is and how they're supposed to use it. So if you go to Google, usually you will type in a Google search for something that you might be looking for to solve. It's usually a problem, how to do X, Y, Z, a lot of the times that's what it is. So what we're aiming to do is have our blogs come up within the search engines, particularly Google. I know there's a lot of them out there, Yahoo, Bing, but we focus more on Google. You want your blog to actually rank on Google so that your problem, that person that has that problem can find the solution through the content that you are providing. Okay, so that's the aim of what an actual blog is. Now, I want to start with some blogging facts for everybody, just so people can understand on a global scale how powerful blogging actually is. So, according to Wikipedia, on the 16th of February 2011, there were over 156 million public blogs in existence. And that was in 2011. On the 20th of February 2014, there were around 172 million Tumblr blogs and 75.8 million WordPress blogs in existence worldwide. 150.4 million people in the United States of America read a blog post at least once per month, which is equivalent to 60% of the population in North America that you have access to as potential leads and customers. Of all the bloggers in the world, there are approximately 31 million local to the US. 70% of the adult population say that blogs influence what they buy. 70%. Businesses with a blog experience a median increase in lead flow from 77% of 51 blog articles and a massive increase in sales and profits. Every professional you know needs to have a blog. 64% of the population trust the information in a blog that is written by someone they know, which is why blogging is the new way of creating an online influence. More than 60% of the United States consumers have made a purchase as a direct result of a blogger's recommendation. Blogs are 63% more likely to influence purchasing decisions than magazines.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think the overall industry of magazines is probably not as huge as it used to be. I think when the internet came out, people weren't buying magazines as much. I know I wasn't. I think that might be why. And, that's all the stats I've got here. And don't get confused and overwhelmed by all those numbers. The bottom line is you need to know how powerful the blogging platform is, and these stats purely display that. I loved the stat where it said, I love the stat that was talking about how people are influenced by what they buy. And that's what's so great about a blog, because people can actually warm up to you and your content. And I'll get to that in a moment. I've got a bit more to share on that pretty soon. So a few important reasons why you need to blog. A blog is your home online. That's how we like to describe it. And if you don't have one, you're homeless. I love that. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It's like your online real estate. And it's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, forever, as long as you're still promoting those products and services, or you're in the opportunity that you're a part of. So you don't even have to be there when people are looking at your content. I'm not sure if there's anybody out there that's watching this that's part of traditional network marketing opportunities. I mean, I don't know how many home parties or how many hotel meetings or cold calls you would have to take to show your products and services within 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's impossible for you to do. So if you think about it in that way, you could potentially have so many more people coming to your content and your products and services, and you don't even have to be running around at all those meetings to even show it to them. That's a really powerful aspect of that, I think. And as they say, it takes 7 exposures before somebody makes a decision to buy something. That's the general statistic there. So in saying that, you know, people can come back to your blog, they can warm up to you, they can come back and replay your video, they can come back and read your story again, look at your images that you've posted. Okay, that's very, very powerful to understand. And it also sets yourself apart from the rest of the competition in your opportunity. For those of you, once again, that are part of another opportunity, a lot of the times you will have a generic website that you are given to use, and usually the only difference is the picture and your profile, and everybody within that opportunity has the same one. So a blog is a great way for you to set yourself apart from your competition and brand yourself, which I think is pretty cool. So here's the thing. You can create the most fascinating blog posts in the world, but if you don't have any eyeballs on them, if no one's reading your value in your content and learning more about your offers, all you're going to hear is crickets. That's what I like to say. So I want to show you guys some examples of the traffic results that I've personally created through the power of blogging syndication. Now, for those of you that don't know what syndication means, that's when we create a blog post, and so that we can get eyeballs on the particular blog post, we have to what we call syndicate it out. So we're actually posting it out there on different platforms, social media platforms, sending it out to our list. If we have videos, they'll be on YouTube. We syndicate it out to all different networks and platforms where people can actually see what we have to offer for our target market. So I'm just going to show you guys a few examples of some of the results that I've been getting recently. Here's a picture of my Google Analytics account. And as you can see, this was taken a few days ago on March the 19th. And I had 3,686 eyeballs on my blog in the one day. Now that's pretty powerful. I mean, I didn't even need to be there for that to happen. 3,686 people in one single day.
Now, did you have to pay for any of that?
Nope, I didn't even have to pay for any of that.
Funny that. Funny.
Yeah, it's so powerful. And for those of you that don't know what Google Analytics is, it's actually a free tool. All of this is free, and you can set it up quite easily, and you can check on your stats every day and actually see amazing detail on who's actually coming to your site, which is very cool. So moving along, this is a live traffic feed from Fidget that I have on my blog, and I just took a couple of screenshots here. 10 people from the US, Canada, and Glasgow City viewed one particular blog post. Okay, and all these 10 people had viewed my blog post within an 8-second time frame. So this feed keeps scrolling, so I can see in real time who's actually on my blog. And once again, this is a free widget as well, I do believe. So within 8 seconds, I had people from all over the world who were coming to one particular blog post that I've made. You can see all the detail there. I have another one here. Visitors from the US, UK, Canada, South Korea, Singapore, and Tunisia. I think that's how you say it. These people are arriving voluntarily from various sources across the net to different blog posts I have created. Okay, so I want you to see the power of that here. You can have people from all over the world because you've syndicated your stuff correctly, people can find that, and you can solve people's problems because of that.
I like how the person came in from Coxsackie, New York.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a place. That's
Neither did I.
interesting.
Now I have to look up where Coxsackie's at.
I won't even try to pronounce this one, even though I used to live there for a while.
Oh, I didn't even see that either. That's
from Seoul.
I would have slaughtered that. I'm not even gonna. No.
All right, moving right along. This is a screenshot of the Alexa ranking here. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's a place that you go to see what a particular site is ranked globally in the world. And the numbers you can see here are within a 37-day time frame. My ranking increased by 132,506 globally and 2,286 in the US in the last 37 days. I mean, that's a very short amount of time, and my rank is increasing. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. Once again, that's a free tool that you can check out and check how your site is ranking and check how other people's sites are ranking as well, which is very cool. And just speaking of ranking, I know that Sheena and Chris are going to dive into this a little bit further, but this is just one particular post I have here. This actually ranked within 4 hours. I actually didn't check it any earlier. It probably ranked earlier, and I just didn't know it. As you can see, I wasn't signed into Google, and it's an incognito window, which you have to make sure that you do when you want to check your ranking. And it's a blog post I did about basic blogging steps for beginners. So this is really powerful here. Not only do we syndicate our stuff out to different social media sites and various platforms, we want to make sure that our blog actually ranks so that people can come to Google and type in what they want to learn about or what problem they want solved, and we want to aim to get on the first page of Google here. It's really powerful. I've got a couple of others to share with you here too. Currently, as this video is recording, Grant Cardone has a reality show on called Whatever It Takes. And I absolutely love this show, and I have been blogging about it every single week. And we're up to episode 5 right now. And I typed that in, and as you can see, I typed it in 25 minutes after I posted it. It may have ranked earlier, and you can see that my post has come up here. And then you can also see on the 28th of February, another one of my posts has come up. And then you can see on the 14th of February, another one of my posts has come up. Okay, so I have 3 blog posts ranked 1, 2, and 3, where if somebody types this in, which I think is really, really powerful to see.
Yeah, and that's a pretty long tail keyword. Like, that's pretty long tail on that whole search string.
Mm-hmm.
So even if someone were to go into, I'm just going to try this on my iPad real fast, just to see, because I know that.
Well, I do have some more examples here.
Ooh.
This is actually the bottom of that same page. My LinkedIn post for the blog on the February 22nd is here as well. This is all on the first page.
Yeah, even if you go to, you just search for whatever, Grant Cardone's Whatever It Takes. You are 1, 2, 3, you're the 5th one down. You know, you're the 5th one down, still on the front page, and what's cool too is it still has your image in there of you as well. So it's like when people are scrolling through stuff on what they want to see and who they want to read from, they'll be more inclined to click on someone that actually has an image with them. This is that's the author. That's it's a genuine person writing that stuff.
Yeah, I don't see the pictures here, but that's cool to know. Yeah, here is speaking on that. Here is the keyword a little bit shorter. I did an example of that as well, and I've actually come up number 3 in this one. Below, actually no, number 2 and number 3, actually. Below Grant's actual video, same thing, both for my blogs, and then the second page, the rest of the first page of that, you will see I've come up on a site called Medium that I actually syndicate my stuff to. One of my posts has come up here, and also my LinkedIn site is there again as well. So all of that's come up on the first page of Google. It's not only coming up as a blog post, it's also coming up because I'm syndicating it in various places. And in these examples, it's through LinkedIn and Medium. So I hope that makes sense to everybody out there how powerful this can actually be. I actually have a training on how to leverage influential people to get traffic to your blogs. And this is one of those influential people. There's a huge power in blogging about somebody that's very influential in the marketplace. So I wanted to show you that example there. And this is on another particular social media site. This is just an example of a few blog posts that I had trending, and this site sent me an email to let me know. I mean, that's a total of 12,197 eyeballs on just a handful of my blogs. So as you can see, there's the actual stats for each one there. So that's also very powerful to check out. And there's one more here I wanted to show you as well. And this just shows the page views, the likes, and the comments. So that's just a few of my blog posts there, all from early this year as well. That's also from another particular social media site. So in seeing that, you're probably asking yourself how I'm actually getting these eyeballs on this stuff. And for me, there's 6 actions that I take that are really important. And the first one is continuous education in my specified niche. A lot of you out there are probably thinking, yeah, this is great, but what am I going to blog about? I don't have a product or service. I really don't know too much about anything. What am I going to blog about? And if you join our opportunity by hitting the button below, you will have plenty to blog about because you'll be able to dive into the education that's provided. And for others, there's, you know, you can blog about your products and services, or you can blog about what you're passionate about. Okay, and if you're passionate about something, you should be able to blog about that every day, whatever that is. Okay, and the important thing is to give yourself continuous education on that niche so that you can keep writing content and making videos and posting images and things like that. So that's the first step for me. And the second, of course, is having an actual blogging platform. And the third is actually creating the content of value, content that people are going to want to look at. Okay, and number 4 is solving problems in my specified niche. We have to be solving a person's problem. That's very, very important. Nobody's going to want to come and read something that doesn't solve a problem and doesn't have any great content in it. They'll just click off the page straight away.
Go back to number 3 for a minute, how you say creating content of value.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say that that's, out of all the steps that you have here, you know, for the 6 steps that you have, this is one of the most critical ones. You know, creating content of value that people actually want to come and read and actually can take something away from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being able to give your reader, your audience, something to take away from and apply to their life or apply to themselves or, you know, their friends, their family, or just to give them the information that they came there to look for. That's crucial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like 1 or 2 sentences and then that's it. It's actually detailed. You know, it's something just worth value that if you were to pay, if you were to go there, as if it was somebody else's site, would you value it as being, you know, something that you would want to put your interest in? You would want to even put your time there. There's
Mm-hmm.
times where I've gone to websites and I've just seen that it's like I feel like I'm about ready to get some type of virus because it looks so janky, and I just question, you know, is there going to be like 12 pop-ups that are going to pop up? Are they going to open some other windows behind here? Are they going to try to sell me MacKeeper on top of it? What's going to happen when I go to this website, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, like, you'll genuinely be searching for something, and then we've all gone to like those websites like that too, where you go there and it's just like, you're like, oh, what did I, like, how is this person even ranking on Google for this content? And you go there and you're like, shh, crap, you know? You're like, oh man, there's 10 seconds I can't get back.
Yeah, and a lot of the times you'll go to particular websites and they won't have provided you the answer to your problem. Or they may only have a few words, there might not be a lot of content there. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to write a 2,000-word blog post every single time.
But I like book reports.
Yeah, I mean, well, the more enriched the content is, the better. But if you're,
I was joking.
you know,
I hate book reports.
well, some people don't. But yeah, you don't have to write. You know, a lot of people have this misconception. Oh my God, I don't want to blog because that means I have to write. I have to write these massive essays. But it's not always about that. You can provide value through videos, which is a huge market right now, especially when you're solving people's problems, and you can have it transcribed underneath. That's a big tip there, and that's what I do a lot of the time. Adding images. People learn in different ways. People learn visually, people learn auditorily, and people learn linguistically as well. So we need to provide for all of those types of people. And as we mentioned, solving problems in my specified niche. Just make sure that you have a specified niche. Don't be blogging about 10 different topics, because you want to create a following, a loyal following of readers that can come to your site because they know you're blogging about a specified subject.
So
I think that's another important tip.
So you're basically saying that the readers that do come to your site, you want to give them a go-to place so that they know what to expect in a way?
Yeah, they want to come back and learn more. They want to come back and read more. They can even subscribe to your RSS feed, and if you don't know what that means, it's just a place where they can get notification when the person has posted a blog.
Have you ever subscribed to one of those, though?
I subscribed to my own to check that it was working.
Yeah, but...
No, I haven't.
I haven't either, to be honest, and I was like, oh, this just seems like too much crap for me to be bugged down with, but... Yeah, well... I'm just being honest, I'm just saying, you know, I've never have, but I know people can. There is the...
It's just an option.
Yeah.
So
I never just RSS, I don't know.
And the fifth one is syndication, which we've just gone over. And my favorite is consistency, and I've underlined it, and I've made it really big. None of this works. None of this works without consistency. Okay, none of it. You can't go and write a blog post and then write one a month later. Well, you can. I mean, you can write blog posts monthly if you like, but if you want results and you want them quicker than you want them slower, you want to be consistent. If you're only blogging once a month, you're probably not going to be able to get yourself an audience of followers. There's too much time in between. If you're just blogging randomly every now and again, you are not going to create the results that you want. I'm just going to be honest with you. I am a person who's extremely consistent in everything I do, and I started blogging every single day since New Year's Eve of 2014. And that is the sole reason why I have gotten the results that I have gotten. If I wasn't blogging every single day, I don't think these stats would be as good as they are. So that is the absolute key here out of everything that I want you guys to take away today, that blogging definitely does work, and it's a very, very powerful tool, but you got to be consistent with it, and you have to do it. You don't have to do it on a daily basis. We do say blog daily, but you've got to be consistent with it. So that's basically it, what I wanted to share with you all today, showing you how powerful a blog actually is on a global scale, what it actually is and why you need it, and the results that I've gotten through major consistency. So
what did your site look like your blog, when you first started blogging? Like, was it perfect?
No, not at all.
Was it pretty?
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Can you see us now?
Yeah.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. But was it like the most beautiful site in the world that you had?
No, here's the thing. Like, I am a perfectionist. I like to have everything perfect. I love designing capture pages. I love designing things. I did art and graphics right through school and every now and again when I get a chance. And for that reason, I would spend hours upon hours moving an image like a couple of millimeters to the right or to the left. You know, I would take a lot of time getting things perfect. And within this niche, within this community, I realized that I didn't need to have everything perfect. And if I just got going, I could tweak things along the way. And that's what I did with my blog. I got going, and then as I moved forward, I kind of tweaked things, moved things around a little bit, which is very easy to do.
Break things. Like,
you know, we learn as we move forward. So with that being said, let's bring out Chris. Let's bring you out next to share what you have to share with everybody today. I think Chris is going to share his screen as well and just show you guys a few examples of what his blog has been creating recently. Chris also blogs every day, and I know that Sheena also blogs every day as well. So I think we've got some cool examples coming up here for everybody.
Hey, Alesha, John Paul, thank you so much for having me on again. I appreciate it. You guys, that's amazing stuff you're showing us. Those results are great. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see my my audio level going up there. Yeah, those are amazing results you're getting. That's unbelievable.
Awesome. Thanks.
That's great stuff. I don't quite have the great results you do, but I haven't been. I guess you've been blogging. I can't say that I've been blogging daily for a year, but I think I started when the Kalatu blog first came out in beta. I think it was around Thanksgiving. So what's that? About 3-4 months. I've been blogging daily. Prior to that, it wasn't daily. It was some weeks were daily, some weeks weren't. So I've been consistent now for about 4 months. It's probably going to take me a while to get to where you're at, but yeah, I got some screen share stuff I want to share with you. That some results I've seen. One thing I've seen is you can rank on Google pretty quickly, and I got one I just did today. I'm going to show you that I did as a trial. I was amazed at what happened. I mean, within a couple minutes of posting it, I ran it on Google, and I'll show you the results in a minute. I'm not going to ruin the surprise just yet. So let me share my screen. Is it sharing?
Yep.
Yep, you're good.
All right, it's a little different when I'm on the receiving end. So I did a couple screenshots, and you can see that I ran this incognito. I'm not logged in. So this is a post I just did this morning, and it ranked #1 on Google. So this is actually for a hangout that's tomorrow night. One of my mentors is running, and it actually ranks above his own post. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is another post. So I went back to look at some of my more popular posts. This one was a post I ran on Neil Patel, and I actually had 2 different blogs, and the 2 different blogs ranked 1 and 2 on the first page of Google, which I was surprised to see that come up. And it shows up above Neil's own web page. I don't know if you can read that, but it's quicksprout.com, which is Neil's web page. Actually, 3 and 4 are both Neil, and then actually #5 is another Kalatu, somebody else's post. Here's another one. This is another popular post I ran, and I ranked 1, 2, and 3 on this one. First one was a blog post. Second one was my actual blog, and then the third one was one of the categories in my blog. So I ranked for the post, for my blog itself, and then for one of my categories, which I thought that was pretty cool. And then the last one I want to share with you, I actually talked about this on your Hangout last week. So this is actually, you can rank on Google. One of the things that we do, that Alesha, Sheena, and myself do, is we syndicate. So we'll comment on other people's blogs, and then this particular group, you actually share posts. So I shared this on my Twitter account, and it wasn't even my own post. It was someone else's post. It was Laura Parrish's post. And you can see here she ranks 1 and 2, but the #3 item on Google is my Twitter feed. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I should have went back. You guys see me back on screen, on camera?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So that's just the power of a blog. You know, you can be writing great content, but if people can't find it, you know, then there's no point in doing it. It's like having a billboard behind a building. Nobody's going to see it. So this gets your billboard, you know, out there where everybody's going to see it. And you know, I'm not really, you know, I'm learning things as I go along by reading everybody's blog posts about different tricks and stuff. But you know, like the one I just ran today, I didn't do anything special. You know, there's nothing. You know, I didn't try to do 2,000 words or anything like that. I didn't have any keywords or anything like that I was trying to target. I just wrote a post, and immediately got indexed on Google. So Google is watching my blog, so that's a good thing. You know, they see that I'm posting daily, so it's going up on Google right away. You know, they're crawling out there and indexing my blog right away. Even content that I'm not creating is ranking on Google, which is pretty cool. So that's what I had to share. I don't have the sexy stats you guys have, but you know, I wanted to share what the results I'm seeing with Google with just the
I think it's great, Chris. You know, being able to outrank the actual website themselves. You know, being able to just stack
and Vic and Neil Patel. I thought that was pretty cool.
I mean, Neil Patel, for those that don't know, he is an absolutely phenomenal blogger in the industry. You know, this guy gets like, I don't know what his stats are, but I mean, he gets a zillion unique visitors to his blog, and you know, for you to you know outrank him, that's pretty amazing. And you know, all of those people that you outranked were phenomenal, influential people. So that's really awesome results.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And in a way too, you know, why that's so good for anybody out there, like why that's actually a good thing is because in a way you're piggybacking not like off like you're using their influence that they have with an audience, and you're actually using that to your advantage as well by in providing your message about that influential person, edifying them even more, which is it's a win-win situation. It's not like it's a bad thing. You know, being able to actually write about influential people, it's not something that's like frowned upon. We actually encourage it because it's an easy way to provide content to other people, you know, and start building, you know, what we were talking about last week, some of the backlinks into websites as well, and to build it in an organic way that's really providing more value to the rest of the world. You know?
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Chris, you touched on the syndication groups. For everybody out there that doesn't know what that means, do you want to just explain a little bit, you know, to the audience about what we actually do and what the syndication groups are and how powerful and awesome it actually is and what you can learn from it? I know that you mentioned that you've learned a lot from, you know, going to people's blogs, and I do as well. But for those people out there that don't know what you mean by groups, if you just want to let them know a little bit about what we do, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there's a number of groups, and all the ones that I'm belong to, they're all on Facebook. I know that, Alesha, you probably belong to a lot more groups than I do, but I got about 3 different groups that I belong to. They're all on Facebook. They all have different rules, but basically you go in, you comment, typically read somebody's blog post, comment on it, and then the nice thing about that, as you're doing that, when you're filling out the form, you're putting your name, your email address, and then a link to your blog post. You're creating a backlink to your own blog as you're leaving a comment. You're helping that person, you're helping yourself at the same time. But, you know, another benefit from it, just reading all these, I'm learning a tremendous amount of information, reading all these blog posts every day. So typically, depending on the group, usually it's somewhere between 3 and 5 blogs that you're syndicating on, and then they're supposed to reciprocate and do the same for you. So that's going to help you in the long run, because you don't want to have a blog post out there that nobody's commented on. That's going to help you rank. It's helping you rank on Google. It's going to help the search engines are going to want to bump you up on the pages if they see that there's interaction going on your blog post. So that's going to help you. And then, like with Laura's group, she takes it a step further, where she's actually asking people to also syndicate it out. Not only just comment on it, but also share it on one of your social media or multiple social media sites. So I use my Twitter, and you can see that works pretty well. It's helping me. It's helping that other person. So it's interesting. I got a comment from somebody. They were afraid to share a blog post. You know, they saw that I was sharing. I think it was actually something that David Wooded had posted, and I shared it on my Facebook page. They're like, well, aren't you afraid that somebody's going to go back and click his link? I'm like, no, not really. That might happen, but then again, that may draw more attention to me, and you know, it could help me in the long run. But if somebody relates to David Wood more than they do me, then that's fine. You know, that's going to happen. You know, I've gotten a lot of attention from David Wood. You know, actually, I was just looking on Alexa, and I think one of the top search results coming back were actually coming back from one of David Wood's posts, because I had commented on one of his posts, and he commented back, and that drew some attention back to me. So you never know what's going to happen. You know, we're all here helping each other out, and I think the more we help each other out, it's going to just help all the ships rise. And you know, that's what it is. That's what this community is all about. Is we help each other, we learn from each other, and as we grow together. Which I think is, I mean, I've gained so much from these syndication groups, probably more than I put into them, just by the knowledge I'm reading from all these different people. Especially Alesha and Sheena, you guys put out some great material every week. It's amazing. I don't know how you come up with some of this stuff, but I'm learning a lot from the two of you. I really am.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure Sheena would agree with me. You know, we're learning a lot from your blogs as well. I mean, and that's what I love about the syndication group. You know, we get to go and look at each other's blogs, and I'm like, oh wow, you know, this person knows this, and oh wow, I didn't know that. And you know, you pretty much hit the nail on the head with the group and what we're all about here in the community. It also helps, just one more thing I'll add to that, it also helps with accountability as well. Because often we feel alone out there online, and we're blogging every day, and we don't feel like anyone else is doing it or anyone else is supporting us. And when you get into the groups, you feel like you're being held accountable, because you see the consistent people over time that are blogging every single day. And it keeps you going. It really, really helps. And we have what we call 21-day blogging challenges as well within our community that really help. It typically takes 21 days to form a habit. And that's why we have the 21-day blogging challenge, because at the end of it, you won't even think about it. You'll be blogging daily, and you probably won't even realize it. You just want to. So, you know, I really love our syndication groups. There's so much to learn from them. And, you know, I love the results that you've got, Chris. It's just going to keep growing and growing, and, you know, get stronger and stronger over time, because you are consistent. So
yeah, having it back on WordPress, I think, has really, really helped a lot, is having it back on WordPress. Because we were off of WordPress for a good year and a half, and even though I was blogging regularly, I don't think it was getting quite the attention that it is now. Hey, one other thing I forgot to mention before you bring Sheena on. One thing that I do, and I know that you guys also do this, but a great tip, check your comments and go back and reply to them all.
Yes.
Personally. Reply to those comments. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be a couple lines or one line, but that's going to help draw more attention back to you from the search engine, because they're going to see this activity going on. Plus, if somebody goes and reads your post and sees, oh, look at this person, they're personally replying to all these comments, they know that you're a real person, and you know, that you really care about people that come and read and leave comments on your site. So it's a win-win all around, and plus it's cool to read the comments too. I mean, some of the stuff I see on there, you know, that it just keeps you going, seeing those comments there.
Yeah, that's a really important point as well. It really does keep you going, because you actually get feedback on your blog, and a lot of the times people will say, oh wow, you know, I love your blog and I love this piece of content, and you want that feedback. You don't want to just keep putting stuff out there and not knowing what people think of it. So, and you also start building an audience and a following that way if you start replying. I mean, if you don't reply to stuff, people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, that person didn't read what I had to say. So that's some really important points that you shared.
Well, it was hard at first too. I know that there's sometimes, like, just keeping track of all of them, it was really hard at the beginning, you know, because we wouldn't even realize that someone had left like if you use a social plugin for like Facebook or anything on some blogs, sometimes you don't get notified right away that someone's there, or that someone's left a comment, and it really kind of threw it off for a while. But then once you got the hang of it, just making it part of the habit to make sure you go through and filter for comments and look for those. Same thing. It's almost like someone commenting on like a Facebook post and you didn't even realize that you had a crap load of Facebook posts or comments sitting there. You come back 2 days later, you're like, oh, whoa,
or, you
okay.
know, you didn't get the notification or you kind of missed it.
Yeah.
So you want to be really plugged into your blog and just be really engaging with your readers, you know. So, yeah, awesome stuff. I'm loving
what
loving
Chris
that,
said,
Chris.
using Twitter, you know, for him, like Twitter really helped him with, like, you know, as far as it even got recognition from a leader within our industry, Laura, you know, and that was great. You can't. Sometimes that recognition is huge, you know, and just not only that, but when people start sharing your stuff out there, you don't know when all of a sudden you're going to create something that's going to go like really viral and hit a lot of people and impact people's lives. But eventually, through consistency, that will happen. And when that happens, it's a really good feeling. I know, like the days whenever you see some of the shares come in sometimes for some of your stuff, and some of the comments coming in. Even whether it's just a Facebook post or whether it's, even on the blog, people commenting on it saying, hey, I really needed this today, and, this helped me see it in a different way, this way. Those kinds of things are very, very important. They really are, because that's the fuel that really fuels you inside, just keeps you going with it. And I think that that's why we do what we do, is to know that, we're impacting people. And I watched this movie with Daniel Craig recently. It was crap. Okay, now I can't remember the name of it. I just literally finished watching this thing. I had to watch it in segments because I couldn't watch it like all at once. So I watched it in like 3 segments. But he was persistent through the action that he did, and they were able to save families. And it was based on a true story. Well, he went and they were back in the days of the Holocaust. This guy himself and 3 brothers, they were able to save families that were of Jews that were hiding from some of the Nazis, and they were actually had to go out in the forest and live, and they were part of the resistance to fight back against them. They weren't just sitting on the sidelines and saying, we're going to accept what you're doing. They fought back, and when they fought back, they had some battles that they lost. They lost people. But through the fight that him and his brothers had, they lost their whole family. Like their parents, they lost their wives, they lost their children, and they had to rebuild. And through their dedication, through rebuilding for themselves, they were able to save 1,200 other families, or 1,200 other people. Well, those people that have now gone on to live today, that's tens of thousands of people that have gone to just be impacted across the world and across generations. And with what we get to do through blogging and through our inspiration and what we do as well, we are able to change the lives of not just the first person that comes to your site. It's that person's going to take that information and they're going to pass it along to somebody else, who could pass it along to somebody else. And then it's just, you have this whole network of people that have been impacted, and that's priceless. That's stuff that, through doing one piece of work one time and then syndicating it, now you've impacted thousands of people across the web. And, you're not going to be a miracle worker all the time. But sometimes you could write one blog post out there that inspires someone to, not take that step towards something they were going to do really bad. There's an inner circle audio that we had in one of our products where there was a guy who was listening to this audio. And originally he was on his way to kill himself. He was literally driving towards a bridge, and he had some stuff, and he was going to actually kill himself. And this was a guy that was on, his last leg. And he put on an inner circle audio and was able to, back down from that action and realize that he had more to live for. And he's gone on to do great things. And that's why we do what we do. Stuff like that, who are we to know that that's someone's gonna find inspiration in it that way? We're not. But that's awesome to know that it was something that was able to impact someone's life that way. And I'm sure that's why Chris does it. I'm sure that Sheena does it for a similar reason as well, as just being able to truly empower people, to live the way that they want to live, and know that, yes, there is a better way. And it's a lot easier than most people think. I think it really, truly is. Because I cannot think of a better way to really do darn near anything else. It's a really great experience, once you know how.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it's just taking the first step towards it, committing to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. You know, we're all about helping people, and that's why we want to create content and value on our blog posts so we can help people, but not just people on a global scale. I think that's what's so powerful about it. That
you can people from South Korea coming to your blog.
Yeah, you can reach people in all corners of the globe through the power of the internet and the power of a blogging platform, and to touch somebody's life that's not even anywhere near where you are is extremely powerful. So, with that being said, let's bring Sheena out here. Our Queen blogging diva, Sheena. I just made that up on the spot.
Hey everyone, as you can see, you've been seeing some amazing results. I mean, I just want to show you a couple of things that I've done with my blog. That, I only started this platform, this brand new platform that we have on December 1st. And if you don't know what Alexa.com is, it's pretty much the billboards of like your website, where it's ranking, what kind of how popular it is. And within 4 months, I checked my website. In U.S. alone, it's like 104,000, which is pretty good considering that I've only had it up for like 4 months. And on a global scale, it's like in the top 373,000 websites. So, what does that mean? It means, it's popular. People are coming to it. People, are going there to check. Oh shoot! I forgot to screen share. One sec.
Yeah, I was about to say that'd be cool if we could see.
My bad. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm here talking. It's so funny though. My mom told me I didn't even start talking until I was 5 years old, and now she's telling people she can't get me to shut up.
Is that true? Really?
No, seriously.
Oh wow! I can't imagine you not talking until the age of 5. That's just.
Yeah. They thought something was wrong with me. I was just a little slower than most people. But I can always catch up.
Right. So, while Sheena shares this, just on this, I want people to understand the power. I know I shared mine as well, but there's millions and millions and millions of websites in the US and in the world. So when you look at these numbers, really think about how powerful these numbers really are. When you look at that on a global scale, I just wanted to point that out before you go on.
Yeah, no problem. And I mean, I only started this blog in December 1st, and look how far it's come, right? I remember when I had my own blog, it took me a while to get to this kind of popularity, right? And it's all because of a blogging system, a platform that we use, because, its sole purpose is to help your blog get seen out faster than if you had to do it on your own. And this is something that I'm pretty proud of, because I didn't even know it was ranking that quick. So I'm going to show you some stuff that I have done with my blog. I mean, I've been ranking for stuff. One of the blogs that I've been ranking since December, if you look at MLM Online Idiots, right? I mean, if you know who Eric Worre is, he's a well-known network marketing leader in the industry, and he did this video about online MLM idiots and how they like to spam their offers on the internet, and it's giving the industry a bad name. So I did a blog post about that, and look, it's right here. What I learned from online MLM idiots video by Eric Worre. But it's funny because it only took 3 words to search for that, and I'm like my blog's the 4th one, on the first page of Google, and that's from December 5th, right? If you click on it, it goes to my post. So it's pretty cool that it's been there since December and it's still staying there, all because of this blog. I mean, the blog is not an automatic, like, it's not going to automatically go on. Sometimes it can, but you still have got to put in the work, right? You can have the greatest blog in the world, but if you're not sharing it out there, no one's going to see it. No one's going to see it. No one's going to comment on it. No one's going to share it, because the more people share your stuff, we call it viral sustainability, the more your blogs are going to get on the first page of Google. Another one was I did a blog post on some famous female copywriters to follow, and it was cool because when I looked that up, my blog post is on the first page, right? Which is pretty cool. And when you're looking for your blogs online, make sure you go, if you are using Chrome, just go through the incognito mode, because if you do it on the regular Google Chrome, it kind of screws it up. So this is a more accurate one. And if you have Firefox, I think it's just private window. But isn't that cool? And what was so cool about this blog post that I did, following female copywriters, was one of the ladies in this list. It was so funny. I actually added her on Facebook because, a mentor of mine told me to follow her because she writes good copy. So I talked about her, and then I added her on Facebook. She accepted it, and she saw that her name was in this blog post. And her name is Lori Morgan Ferrero, right? And she shared my blog on her page and on her fan page, right? Which means I got more traffic because I praised her for being a great copywriter. So, like what Chris said, don't be afraid of, talking about other people, because whatever you give out, you get it back in return. Look, I talked about this woman, and, she shared my article, which was really amazing. And, another woman on this list also even commented, saying, "Oh my God, thank you for having me on this list. This is so cool." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem, right? I mean, these women deserve it, right? I mean, they're in like the top person. They're not, they're doing something about, they're making a name for themselves. So don't be afraid to recognize people." Another one was I did this hike here in Hawaii. They call it Coco Head, the Stairs of Doom. So, if you look for Coco Head Stairs of Doom, right? If you check out, first of all, in the images, my image is like the second image on the first page of images. So when you're, it's not only your blog posts that are ranking. It's simple things like your image, right? People love to look at image because what happens when you click on the image? When you click visit page, it goes directly to my blog, right? Right there, boom, my blog. So, just little, these simple little things can make a big difference. And it's always just, simple little tricks that can yield real big results. And then look, so not only is my picture on it, but also my blog post is also on the first page of Google. So, it's been pretty cool that, I've been ranking on all these sites. And to be honest, I have no, whoops, do you see me? Oh. I have no real technical skills on how to do SEO. When I first started blogging, I didn't even know what it stood for. And, I've seen a lot of SEO specialists in our community who do it, like that's their main strategy, just doing all these SEO stuff. And the process that they go through, like just hearing them talk about it gives me a headache, right? It hurts my head because they have all these like mumbo jumbo and all this lingo, and I have no freaking clue what they're talking about, right? This is why we have a blogging platform that eliminates all that crap, because we don't have time to learn all that mumbo jumbo, all that coding and learning and stuff. That doesn't help you make the cash, right? What makes you help the cash is blogging and sharing it out. I say it's a three-step system, right? A simple three-step system, which is blog daily, empower others, get paid. Simple, right? It doesn't mean it's easy. A lot of people think if something is simple, it's easy. It's not. It's kind of like losing weight. It's a simple process. You work out and eat right. But is it easy to do that? Hell no. Is it easy to wake up at 5 in the morning to go for a jog? Hell no. Is it easy to eat clean every single day? Hell no. But it's a simple process, right? And people have to understand that. Blogging is a simple process, but it still takes work. This is why we tell people to blog daily, not blog weekly, monthly, or yearly, but blog daily, right? Actually, I'm going to show you another blog post, which was pretty cool because I actually got sales from my blog posts. Not just on, it was cool because I think I did some Facebook, I did a blog on some Facebook software, and I'm going to look for the blog post. But I got sales from that just by, oh, this one. So
Yeah, we were just about to ask you, Sheena, if you could share with the audience a little bit about how to actually monetize the blog. So this is
Oh,
into it really
Yeah,
well.
because a lot of people, one of the biggest questions we always get is, yeah, but how the hell do I turn this into money?
Yeah.
so I did this blog post on a new software that's that you can use for Facebook engagement and on your news feed. And I just did a simple like review and showed the video, and I had my affiliate link, and boom, I got 2 sales on the first day I posted this. On the first day, right? Which is amazing. Another one I did was I showed people how to rank on Google on the first page of Google.
Yeah, we can't see your screen, just so you know, in case you're...
Okay. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you looked...
She was quite intense, though.
You were concentrating.
Excited. I'm not gonna lie. But this blog post that probably took me about 10 minutes to put up, to actually do the post, and maybe about an hour of like commenting and syndicating got me 2 sales, right? Imagine if you were in a network marketing company, how long it would take you to do phone calls, just to get 2 sales. How many phone calls would you have to do just to get 2 prospects to be interested in your offer, right? I mean, I'm sure it's going to take a while, probably like 7, 8 hours, or even how long would it take you to prospect that at the mall, right? Think about it. It's insane, right? And this blog post, I got 2 sales on the first day of posting it, which is cool, right? And all I did was share it on social media, right? I didn't this probably doesn't even have any SEO background, right? So just because your blog doesn't rank on Google either doesn't mean that it's going to make money, right? If you share it on the right social platforms and you know how to do it and you have the right audience, then it can work. Another one was how to rank on Google on the first page, something like that. And I just did a video. This one, yeah. So this blog post, I just showed my results, right? It's just another way of selling. For me, I was trying to tell them how the blogging platform we use works, right? And I just showed them examples of what was ranking and what to do, and if they want it, they have to buy the blog, right? I mean, I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, but I can use a free blog." I'm like, yeah, you can use a free blog, but I heard this saying on a TV show, why go for the lobster when you can have the caviar? Which is, why go for the crappy version when you can get the better version, right? I mean, yeah, you can have a free blog, but you can't sell anything. You have no rights to it. They can take your shit anytime. And I remember one lady blogged on a free blogging site for a whole year, selling her network marketing company. And when that platform found out she was selling something, it took all her work away. A year's worth gone, gone. And is that something you really want to lose? Is it really worth having a free blogging site? Just think about that. So yeah, I mean, it works, right? If you make it work. I hear all these people like, oh, I'm gonna try it. When you have words like you're gonna try, you're already setting yourself up for failure, right? You're gonna make it work no matter what. I mean, if Thomas Edison found 10,000 ways for a light bulb not to work, you can make this work, right? He never said, oh, I found 10,000 ways, I'm done, forget it. Like, he was so close, right? They always say you fail 9 out of 10 times, but that one time you succeed can make a huge impact on the world. What if, Thomas Edison creating the light bulb, failed 10,000 ways, right, for a light bulb not to work, and the one time it did work, look where we are, right? We're surrounded by electricity, Same thing with Colonel Sanders, right? He got 1,000 no's before someone even said yes to his crazy idea of Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? And that one yes, look where Kentucky Fried Chicken is. It's like freaking everywhere, right? They're like at every stop or at every block in the whole world, right? So just remember that, right? As you're watching this video, just remember, it will only work if you make it work, I see people all the time like, oh, it doesn't work for me because I didn't know how to do it. Well, learn how to do it, right? I mean, that's why we have training that we offer in our community, because it teaches you how to do it, right? Like this lady was telling me, oh, this didn't work for me. And I was like, why didn't it work for you? She's like, oh, I didn't know how to do it. Well, you know, when we first started, we didn't know how to do it. You know, my first blog post was like 3 lines. You know, but, you know, along the way, I just watched for training to learn how to do it properly. I model after people who are doing it right. And you know what? You make mistakes. So what? It's not a big deal. To this day, I still have like all kinds of grammatical errors on my blog posts, right? Because I just blog and I just you know, post it. I don't even read it, right? But people still get the message because they can feel, you know, my writing in the blog posts. But when I read it, I'm like, holy shit, I need to go back to English school or something because I'm terrible. So you don't have to be, first of all, you don't even have to be a Nobel or an award-winning author to start a blog, right? If you have ideas, you know, you can start a blog. Simple as that. I mean, and it can work for any niche, right? If you're into real estate, you know, you can use the blog to get more leads and sales, right, through a blog. Build up your clientele. Maybe you're into yoga. You can start selling, you know, yoga stuff on your blog, right? Just go to Amazon, get an affiliate link, and just start selling some shit, right? It can be that simple. But this does take work. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, you're watching this because you're interested. You know, you're open to an idea like this, but, you know, you're thinking it's going to be easy. You know, it's not for people who think it's going to be a lotto. It's going to take work like any other thing that you want to build. So, you know, and if that's not for you, then you can go back to your job and start, you know, keep on complaining how shitty it is. And that's about it.
Seems great. Yeah. You nailed it there. I mean, yeah, I mean, those are some awesome results, Sheena, both of you, Chris and Sheena. You know, amazing results there. It's just so powerful what can actually happen when you are consistent and you have a platform such as our Kalachi platform that you can get a hold of when you click the button below. You know, and as Sheena said, it's not easy, but I mean, you know, as Jeff Olson says, easy to do and easy not to do. And Sheena was showing examples of that about, you know, losing weight and, you know, getting up early in the morning. They're all decisions that we make. We're constantly making decisions every second of every single day, and our decisions are easy to make and they're easy not to make. A majority of people choose to not make those decisions. And, you know, what we do here is we provide you with the education to show you how to blog. You don't have any excuses. You know, we all started from zero. You know, we all started not knowing how to blog at all. And you can see the results that we've shown you today and how far we've come in quite a short amount of time, I would say, as well. And, you know, and it's through the power of consistency and the power of educating ourselves and understanding, you know, yeah, we are going to make mistakes along the way, but that's okay. You know, we're not going to just try something, because as we say, try is a presupposition of failure. We do, you know. And I actually want to read you guys a quote from Tony Robbins. I think it kind of fits in well with what we're talking about here today. It takes no guts to be skeptical. You don't have to have any capacity to be a critic. It takes guts to believe. And if you think someone's going to do it for you without you putting your guts on the line, you may as well forget about it right now. And I heard that, and I just thought, wow, that's so true. Anybody can be out there, can be skeptical and think to themselves, well, I need to see it work, and you have seen it work, by the way. You've seen the power of it right now. A lot of people think that, you know, that they have to see how everything works and they have to know for a fact it's going to work for them before they try something out. But that's not how success is built. Nobody that was successful ever had that mindset. You know, you have to have guts. It takes guts to believe that you can do something. It doesn't take any guts to be critical on something or be skeptical. That's just weak behavior. But it takes guts to believe that you can actually do something. And we're here today to tell you that you can. We are all living proof that you can blog and you can get eyeballs to your offers and that you can make sales as well. And all you need to do is hit that button below.
That's so true. And I know that Alesha Sheena was brought up about, you know, to make money with it and really to monetize a blog. What she had said, she's like, look, you can write about, if you like yoga and you're into yoga, You can go and, you can even write about the matcha hot yoga, like the real stinky stuff where you smell like armpits and buttholes in a hot room full of people. And you can just go and create, you can go get an affiliate link off of Amazon. You can sign up to be an affiliate. To be an affiliate for Amazon, you have to have a website. You need a website. So how do you get a website and set it up? Easy. You hit the button below, right down here, and it says, yes, I want to get started. And you click that button below, and you get started. You set up a blog. You actually start producing content there. You wait 24 hours to 48 hours. You go over to Amazon. You click on the link over Amazon to get an Amazon affiliate link. You start creating content about what you like to do in your life, and you find additional products over in Amazon. Get a link for one of those, and you write a blog post about that over on your blog. You link over to it, and you start selling shit, and you start getting paid. There has been so many times where Alesha and I have just been going through some of our different accounts, different places, and we're like, oh look, we've got a commission check from Amazon coming our way. I forgot about it. Because what's cool about Amazon, and a lot of people don't know this, when someone goes to Amazon, you get paid for that product that they buy, and you get paid for all the other crap that they throw in the cart. So all the upsells and everything if you ever bought anything from Amazon, you know this is what happens. You'll go there, you'll buy like a book or anything, and then they'll say, oh, well, these were all the related products for it. And then they'll also, later on, they'll ask you, after you get your item, they'll ask you how you liked your item. So then it forces you to go back there, and then sometimes you buy more stuff. You're like, oh, I forgot to buy this complimenting item over here. People will buy random stuff, too. We're talking to our one friend, Lawrence. He said he had people buying washers and dryers, like big dollar items, and he was making commissions off of it. Okay, there's Whirlpool washers and dryers out there that are over $1,000. These things will almost do everything except for iron the clothes for you. They will steam them, everything, but they won't iron them for you and put them on a hanger. That's the next one that someone's probably coming out with. But people are buying that, and he was writing blog posts about Dyson vacuum cleaners. Well, someone's going there to buy a $450 vacuum cleaner. They could possibly use a washer and dryer to go with their new fancy nice vacuum. And he would write about stuff like this. And he would make commissions on this stuff all day long. So he had, different ways to make money, and that's really residual money. That blog post that's out there about that vacuum now is going out there, and it's making money whether he doesn't have to knock on their door and say, hey, do you want to buy this vacuum? No, hell no. It's like, no and hell no. He's not doing it. He's like, no, I'm not, that's not a part of it. But I will gladly take all your money or some of your money because I wrote about this awesome product over here. I told you about everything about it, why you need it, why I happen to use it too, because I think he does use one. I think that's how he wrote it. He needed a vacuum, so he wrote about the vacuum that he went to buy, and then put a link out there and said, hey, if you want to buy it too, cool, go buy one. And he made money off of it. He just made a portion of it. There's nothing wrong with being the middleman on that. You should have no hang-ups. If people are asking you, oh, well, how are you going to make money with this? Well, look at what banks do every day. Every time that, not even banks, but a credit card provider, you go to slide that piece of plastic in your pocket that's money that you don't even own, but you slide it. Now, MasterCard just took a portion of that percentage of that transaction that you just had to have. They took 2 to 3% of it for themselves, and then they paid the merchant or the vendor. So if you went out to have your food today, or you got your Starbucks this morning and you split your credit card for it, you just paid MasterCard a portion of your money, of that. And that's how they make money, being a middleman. That's it. That's their money, and it just multiplies out. That's all it is. So have no quarrels with being the middleman, providing a decent service and taking someone's money. There's no shame in that. It's not like we're doing anything illegal or dodgy or something that we need to be ashamed of, because it's not. You need to be able to carry your head high and be like, well, guess what? While I was eating my dinner tonight, I just got paid for my dinner tonight because someone just bought a product. Guess what? This meal was free. And we've had that happen before too. We're like, oh look, we just got a commission notification. We're like, how cool is that? Now all of a sudden your food tasted really, really good. All of a sudden it got a little bit better. It sweetened the deal a little bit more. And you know, those little victories, I just call them little victories because that's what they are, you know, I just celebrate. And not like the cold cut guy, no. I didn't celebrate, not like that. I only do that when I'm in the bar.
Yeah, you know, when you buy something online, there's always somebody that's getting paid, so why couldn't that somebody be you?
Yep.
Somebody's always making money from something that you buy online. So, and with that being said, income disclosure, results are not typical. We do have an income disclosure at the bottom of this page, or you can go to income.maverixlifestyles.com to see the average earnings. You know, and just on that, you know, if you decide to join our community, you can actually start blogging about what you're learning within the community. You can actually blog about your journey with marketing online. That's another way that you can look at it as well, which is what we do. We blog about our experiences through our personal development, through our training, through our blogging strategies that we're learning, through the marketing education we're receiving. So you can actually blog about your journey while you're on it and the things that you're learning. So there are so many options of what you can blog about. And I really do hope that you've all seen the power, the true power of a blog today and what it can actually do for you and your business. Or if you're looking to create a business, you can also do that as well by hitting the button below. So.
Yeah, and you really just have to just get in. You know, there's nothing more that I can say other than, you know, just get in. You know, for goodness sake, just get in, because the more time you waste, you know, you're just wasting time. You know, it's really, you got to just make the commitment to yourself now, because as you know, Alesha said, no one else is going to do it for you. It takes no guts to be a critic on the sideline, but what are the guts? It takes guts to stand to be in the game and take the hits, but still maintain control of the ball. You know, it really takes guts to be the one putting yourself in there and taking the hits. That's it. You know, that's why I like MMA. You know, I love like mixed martial arts, and I like boxing and stuff. Just because, you know, I like the one-on-one sport, because it's one person getting into the ring. You know, one person's going to come out of it. It's a 50-50 outcome, but that decision was made to get in the ring. That first decision between two people was made. Hey, we're going to get in the ring and we're going to do this. You know, and both people kind of come out of, you know, those fights victorious in a way, you know, because it's just a growth pattern for all of it. You know, life is a combat sport in my eyes. You know, we're combat every day in different ways. You know, life is just a big metaphor for just constant combat. It really is. And, you know, I can turn around and really try to say a bunch of other, you know, hypey stuff, and I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm actually not going to do anything like that, because I don't believe in it. You know, that's the easy way to do stuff. But what you saw today was stuff from like Chris and Sheena and Alesha. These are people that have been blogging every day. You know, these are, well, Chris is very consistent, you know, and I know I said every day, but these are people that are blogging consistently on these things. These are people that are putting in the action, they're doing the work, and the outcomes from it have been amazing. You know, Sheena, how many times have you been getting leads from your blog? You know, random leads that you have just come in. How often?
Probably about. Well, I get leads every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get up to like 15 leads in one day. That's just for blogging.
Yeah, and those are free leads that on content that they wanted to know more about, just from stuff that she had written there. You know, she didn't pay a ton of money to go out there and get, you know, more people on these leads. She's not paying for cold leads. These are warm leads now. You know, these are people that want more information about the services that they're providing. And those types of leads are way more powerful, like way more, like worth way more money than any other type of a lead you can have. Because they're not cold leads anymore. It's not like you just, you know, set a bunch of traffic to a list of people out there that have no idea who the hell you are. You've already made that engagement. And did those leads, at the beginning, did you get them all the time on those types of leads? Was it every day right off the bat, or did it take a little bit of time?
To be honest, the first day I blog, I actually did get leads.
Good. That's great. I know that for us it was like 2 weeks later, after we actually started syndicating it out. Let me put it that way. Once we started syndicating it the correct way and actually marketing.
Well, my first blog, it took me a while because I had no clue what I was doing, and that's why I got the products that we got. so I can learn how to capture leads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My first time, I was just blogging. I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. But I figured it out anyway. So, you know, that's what it is. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, just figure it out, right? I mean, when you're in school, you don't quit school, right? I mean, you just got to figure it out. You're not going to waste, I don't know how much tuition fee is, because I feel like college institutions are raping students anyway. But, you know, you're going to find a way to just make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about, making it happen.
Yeah, it's so true. You know, everything works, nothing doesn't. You have to be willing to learn. You can't just sit there and say, well, this doesn't work, because it does work. It's you that's not working. You're not investing in yourself and your education. You know, a lot of people jump from thing to thing to thing and say this doesn't work and that doesn't work, but the only thing in common with that is you. It's you that's not working. You know, you need to dive in and get the education necessary to find out what it is that you need to learn. And you can even do that from people like us. When you get inside our community, we're all here to help you. That's what we're here to do. We're not going to hold your hand and frolic through a field of flowers, though, if you're not willing to work. We only want to work with people that are serious. And, you know, we have a ton of training inside, especially blogging training, that can help you when you first get started. You just have to get plugged in and get going. That's all that it is, just getting going.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to click that button below, which is hovering around down there. You know, and if you're actually already in, you know, if you actually are already in, there's also going to be another link down below there on actually how to get a discount for actually for going all in. And that's actually going to give you a discount. It's going to unlock a lot of other products that are in there as well too. So there's a whole host of things that are in there. And I truly believe that you need every one of those products that are in that suite as well, because you know, you'll actually get access to an older legacy version of one of our products called the Master's Course. And that Master's Course is something that I wish that I had when I first got started online. Because to me, if there's people that are out there that like having that big zoomed out picture, that big 30,000 foot perspective of what your business kind of looks like, for me, that is what that product allowed me to do. It allowed me to kind of just picture everything together, you know, and I was able to put my puzzle together. And the feeling that I had too when I was fully invested into myself, you know, and into my future, that was when I was like, you know what, shit just got real, because there's no turning back, and there really wasn't. There was no turning back. I was a changed person at that point too. You know, I was just consuming all that information as well, and I walked around and looked at the world differently because of it. And there will become a time too, from all this consistent action, where you'll start looking at the world differently, because of, like, you'll have your marketing brain on, or you'll have, you know, your blogger brain on, where you're actually like, oh man, I could really write something really cool about that, you know, and then bam, and you're looking for just ways to actually spread the word about stuff with different people, and you know, you won't be the same. And that's what's really cool about this, you know, is because, you know, I went through so many years of my life. I had like a lost decade, almost, so to speak. You know, the time frame when I was like 21 to like 19 to almost 29. I was like a lost decade for me. You know, I was working my tail off. I thought I was chasing my dream, and I realized I didn't really have a dream that was actually really outlined for me. And I lost 10 years of my life before I really got true clarity on what the hell it was that I really wanted out of it. And through this, I was actually able to get that back. You know, I was actually able to find the direction that I needed. And that, to me, was really rewarding and fulfilling. Because right there, I already knew what direction I was on. I knew what purpose I was going for. You know, I knew at least which direction we were going in as well, too. And I would never have done that without just clicking a button below, like a video, like I saw as well, too. Or reach out to whoever invited you to this page as well and say, hey, what the heck do I got to do to actually just get this ball rolling? But you start by clicking the button below, and everything that's on that page, go ahead and just buy as much of it that's there, because there's nothing there. There's no bad products that are there that you don't need. You need all of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you guys all next week. We want to thank you all for joining us today, and the awesome panel that we've had today. Everyone shared some amazing value and results today, and I've learned, we've all learned a lot from each other today, and we hope that you guys out there have learned a lot as well. And we'll see you same time, same place next week. Hit that button below.